Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to chat about some of the products that really truly surprised me in 2021, and I mean that in a good way, not products that disappointed me. That's actually going to be a whole separate video coming up next week, but these are products that I really didn't have super high hopes for, but once I tried them out, they quickly became favorites. So let's start out with the first one, which is this Warrior Princess Snow Queen mascara from Flower Beauty. So when I first saw this on their Instagram, I was just kind of scrolling through quickly and I just kind of figured it was a mascara primer until I actually read the caption and they said it was a mascara, like a white mascara, and I saw pictures of Drew Barrymore wearing it and I thought to myself, okay, like that's fun, it's unique, it's interesting, but there's no way I would ever wear this, not in a million years. And I still feel that way about it as a mascara. But when I tried this on in a video, I was shocked at how long this made my lashes. It actually made my lashes bigger, more voluminous, and longer than even the original Warrior Princess mascara did. So that got me thinking, this would be actually an excellent primer, and that's how I've been using this, and I've really been surprised by how much I love it. I put a coat of this on first and just really get tons of length and volume going, and then I just cover up the white with any other mascara, and it works great for that. And initially I was using this just because I didn't want to throw it away, I didn't want to waste it, but now that I've actually been using it as a primer, I've enjoyed it so much, I'm actually thinking about repurchasing this one again because it just worked out so well. Another product that really surprised me in 2021 was this Pixi Beauty blush palette. I talked about this in several different videos back over the summertime, and they had sent this to me in PR. And when I first saw it, I thought it was actually a lip palette, and I was like, I'm not really big into lip palettes, but then I was looking at it and realized that it's actually a lip and cheek palette. So these are cream blushes you can also use on your lips. And then I was like, wow, you know, you have literally every single color of cream blush that you could ever want right here in this palette. And I went on 4 or 5 vacations this summer, and every trip I brought this with me. Not only was it like really flat and easy to just pack in a bag, but also I didn't have to worry about powders breaking, and I had all the blush colors that I could ever want. So it really worked out perfectly. And the formula is really nice on this as well. These are creams that dry instantly down to a powdery finish, so they're not like those sticky ones that don't build upon themselves. If you put a layer down and you want to add more blush, you totally can. It layers beautifully on top of itself. And even using them as a lipstick, I was very surprised because they do have that powdery dry down. I was expecting them to feel very drying on my lips, but they didn't. They actually just left a really nice stain, and they were a lot more hydrating than I thought they would be. So this palette completely wowed me, and I've just been loving it. I know it is a collab with Louise Rowe, and Pixi often discontinues their collabs, so I'm guessing this is not going to be a permanent item, and I may want to buy a backup one just to have in case. I don't think I'm going to use it up anytime soon, but I feel like because it's creams, it may end up drying out. So that's the one downside to this, but yeah, I've really been enjoying this so much. Another surprise of 2021 was the e.l.f. Big Mood mascara. So I have never been a fan of e.l.f.'s mascaras in the past. I've tried them all and always wished that they would work out because e.l.f. is such an affordable brand, and I really like the majority of their products, but mascara was just a category I felt like they didn't do very well. But then this came out and that completely changed my mind. I bought it and I was like, not really expecting too much from it, but I ended up really loving this formula. It gives you such big lashes, tons of length, tons of volume. It doesn't smudge underneath my eyes. It doesn't flake everywhere. And I feel like it's pretty easy to remove as well. It does have a big chunky brush, which sometimes I feel like I get a little clumsy with those. So I would say that's the one and only negative thing about this mascara, but otherwise, it's fantastic, and I've been using it so much. The next product I actually did a whole video on back over the summer, and it's the Covergirl Simply Ageless Instant Wrinkle Blurring Pressed Powder. It's got a very long name, but if you know me and you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I am not a powder person. I never even set my face with powder. My skin is ultra dry and just sucks up foundation so quickly, and even things with dewy finishes most of the time end up looking sort of matte on me. So I really do not like powders. But that being said, this was definitely an exception. I don't think this is exactly a pressed powder foundation. I think it's just supposed to be like a setting powder, but it has really great coverage and I've been using it as a foundation. If you use the little puff that comes inside, I just swirl it around in the powder and put it all over. I'm actually wearing it today and it covers everything. It covers my redness, it hides my dark spots. It has great coverage if you use the little puff. I think if you dust it on with a brush, it might be a little bit lighter. But I was shocked at how this just blurred over everything. It makes my pores disappear. It just kind of glazes over my fine lines and wrinkles. It doesn't settle into them like liquids do. But yet at the same time, it doesn't look dry on my skin, which is like a miracle in itself. So I use this so much in the summertime because it's so lightweight and it hardly feels like you're wearing anything. And I know sometimes in the summer, especially in the heat and humidity, liquid foundations can just feel really heavy. So this was the perfect product for that. And even now, it's wintertime, my skin is a lot drier, and I was just even more surprised that it looks as good as it does today. So if you haven't gotten on with powders in the past because you have dry skin, definitely check this out. It's just a really quick and easy way to do your makeup without having to bother with liquid foundation if you don't want to. Next up is a palette that I didn't really expect to like, and that is the Colourpop Plush Like Me palette. So I ordered this myself. I do get PR from Colourpop, but they don't send everything. And this was one thing that they did not send. So when they were having like 30% off site-wide, I just decided to buy this because I did like the 90s theme that it has going on. When I got it home, I don't know if it's just like the reflective background that makes it so you can't see the colors very well, but I was very underwhelmed by this and thinking, I don't know why I spent my money on this. This is just so boring and basic. And I just really wasn't wowed by it. But then I swatched it in a video. I want to say it was a haul video. So you guys were kind of seeing my reaction in real time, and some of you might remember that I was just blown away by the color story of this palette. It is so beautiful once you swatch it out. I just loved the grungy, earthy neutrals that this palette had. It was just so unexpected, and it really is super stunning. I'm wearing it today. I just really wore the basic like browns to go with my sweater, but it's a really versatile palette because you do have browns in here. You also have greens, you have the yellow, and you have some rosy tones. So I really like it. I feel like you can go in a lot of different directions with this palette, but yeah, totally surprised me. I wasn't expecting to love it. Another one I was really blown away by was the Revlon Color Stay Skin Awaken Concealer. So this I just got pretty recently. I want to say it was a couple weeks ago. It's a newer product, and I think I just wasn't expecting to love this because I normally am not a big fan of Revlon. Normally their products are a little bit more expensive for the drugstore, and they usually let me down more often than not. But I bought this just to test it out anyway, and I was really shocked by how this looks on the skin. It is so flawless. It doesn't look like you're wearing any concealer, yet it has really great coverage. I wouldn't say it's full coverage. It's more like a light to medium, but it's easy to build up on itself without looking cakey. And having drier, more mature skin, that is something that I definitely struggle with when it comes to concealers. A lot of them look very heavy under my eyes. They look really cakey. And this is just such a lightweight formula that feels like you're wearing nothing. Yet it does such a great job at brightening up your eye area. So if you have the same kind of struggles with your under eyes like I do, definitely check this one out. It really feels like you're just applying a moisturizer that has some coverage, and it just looks so seamless on your skin. And then the last product I wanted to talk about that really shocked me this year was this duo from Bliss. They had sent this to me in PR, and in the box, it basically said that these two products would shrink your pores in one day. And I thought, no way, that is not possible. I just really was not expecting that much from it. I've used so much skincare, and I know that skincare normally takes some time to actually work. But then at the same time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take them up on their little challenge. I'm gonna try this out and then show you guys my results. So this is the Disappearing Act Niacinamide Pore Vanish Toner and Serum. And so I took a before photo of my skin, mainly the area on my cheeks where I have the most pores, and I used this. And then the following day, I took another picture, and to my surprise, I couldn't believe my pores really did look a little bit more minimized. So then I tried it a second day, and then on the third day, I took more photos, and I was blown away. My pores were literally disappearing disappearing before my eyes, which was kind of crazy. And then by the 5th day, I took another picture and I just couldn't believe the results. And not only did my pores look smaller, but also my skin felt so much smoother. And I know that you can't actually shrink the size of your pores, but certain ingredients like they have in here actually can help clean them out and help them to snap back to their original size. A lot of the time we're walking around with pores that are kind of stretched out because they have all this gunk in them, and this basically just cleans them out so that they can shrink back to whatever size they're supposed to be. So after I showed this, then I heard from a bunch of you saying that you guys were going to try it out as well. And then a few days later, I was getting comments on my next video from all of you saying that you tried it and it actually worked well for you too. So it definitely wasn't just me. It wasn't a fluke. I was so happy to hear that it was working for you guys as well. They really are fantastic products and they're so affordable as well. You can grab them at Target. Oh, and the toner is also alcohol free. I got a lot of questions on that saying it must have alcohol in it to kind of have that shrinking effect. It doesn't, and it didn't dry out my skin at all. My skin is very dry and it tolerated these products very well. So I was definitely amazed and it made me want to try more from Bliss. So anyway, guys, those are the products that really surprised me in 2021. I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments below. Did you try anything this year that really blew you away that you weren't expecting to like? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me as always. I appreciate it so much. Also, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.